and Evil takes a human form as Lauren. Don't be fooled. She may seem like your typical rude, extraterrestrial, net condescending camper, but in reality, she's so much more. How do I even explain her?
Lauren is a part of the country club board.
She told me I looked pregnant.
One time, she checked a ball at my stomach. It was awesome.
Emma is forced to go to Maplewood at the will and arthritis of her loving mother. In between family drama and divorce, her mother paid good money for her to be there and thinks she knows what's best for her, even suggesting she should have a boyfriend. But Emma is an open lesbian. She does not want to be here at first, but something changes her mind completely though. Like an angel to heaven for Vivian, an assistant counselor is helping out other people and makes eye contact with her. Emma's first instinct, blush and run away.
Attenzione, pickpocket!
The returning face from her past, Jessie taps Emma on the shoulder and welcomes her back with open arms. She is horrendous, but we'll get there. Emma only comes to York for summers, but hadn't been back to this camp ever since an incident that they're trying not to get into. But they've been sending mail to each other. Jessie welcomes her to the cabin they're staying in. B for beavers. Or B for bullies. We're introduced to the mean girls of Maplewood, Kendra, Marshall, Abby, and Evil taking the human form, Lauren. Presenting themselves nicely, Emma is not as interested in getting to know them, especially because one of them reveals she's well acquainted with her mom, and Laura's made sure they all stay together for years. But Emma doesn't really care and is only interested in getting her phone back. We're then introduced to Gwen in a lower bunk tour, and tells her where the phones are located, which is in the tool shed next to the counselor's cabin. Notice how Gwen was the only one who wasn't even introduced by Jessie. She's pretty much the outcast.
That motherfucker back there is not real!
Emma books it and sneaks her way into the tool shed to get her phone, but she's luckily busted by the girl she was crushing on earlier. See, Emma, she isn't playing the game right. When you have a crush, you should be getting to them, not avoiding them. They have a friendly interaction, and Vivian is trying to be chill about it until Mr. Black walks in, asking what was going on, and Vivian pretty much covers for her, saying she was turning in a phone and gets in his good graces. Vivian's kind of like, you don't need to go. We learn Emma had trouble sleeping because she couldn't stop thinking about Vivian. Should we throw a party? Should we invite Bella Hadid? Black makes the announcement that cabins will be getting assigned counselors. Emma doesn't want to be paired with Vivian so bad, but their cabin gets paired with Walter. But Vivian is an assistant counselor, not like an official, you know? And just as Emma sighs in relief, Black drops the bomb. Vivian will be helping with Walter. Flash forward, Walter gives the activity to them to play dodgeball, and this is where things shift. We learn how Lauren, Kendra, Marshall, and whatever are the mean girls of Maplewood. Gwen is a weirdo, in their words. She's sitting here like she's about to summon Shenron with dodgeballs around her. Emma asks what she's doing, which leads to her saying she's becoming one with the ball, and they learn more about each other. Emma comes to the realization that Gwen is Mr. Black's daughter, which is even more crazy because, like, does no one know how the bullying is going? Like, no one can, like, intervene, try anything? Like, no one has done anything about it? Nobody? Really? We're getting there, though. Jessie signals Emma over, and Lauren immediately starts talking wondering how she's a part of the Black family when she's a total freak. We learn that the entire camp is a family business. Everyone who has a job, nepotism. The game commences and all is going casual until Lauren spikes the ball at Gwen and hits her so hard it sends her flying, leaving her on the floor. People had to go up to her and help her up, seeing she's out of breath and in pain. Lauren and Jessie are just sitting there laughing at her, and Emma asks what that was and what her problem was. Lauren said it's a legal move and scoffs her off, but she then offers Emma a ball, and Emma decides to do what's right and goes for an illegal headshot at her. Everyone was gagged. Emma says it was an accident, and Lauren goes along with it being competitive. But don't think Lauren fights her battle. No. She has her minions do something about it. As the next round starts, Kendra trips Emma. You know, I'd hope with characters like these that come off as like super ugly tough and just like don't give it, you'd think they'd have some kind of like endurance in them to like fight, but I don't know, it's never the case. Emma hits the ground so damn hard she gets knocked out just from a trip. But lucky for her, in this little tragedy, she wakes up luckily on the back of her own crush. They have a conversation on the way back, and Vivian thanks her for standing up for her sister. She knows she goes through way more hell by those girls, but she can't seem to do anything about it. Emma's happy to have helped and wouldn't mind as long as she's there, and Vivian questioned where she's gonna go, but Emma still wants to leave. Love of your life could be right there and you just want to go. Like, I don't get you. Please be so expendably real. Vivian takes her back to the nurse, and Emma gets a bunch of ice packs and returns to her cabin. Gwen pops out of nowhere and gives a proper introduction to herself, and the more she talks, the more you can tell she's been alone. But everyone really pretends she's not there. Emma says the people are because of how they treat her and wants the inside scoop on how to get kicked out. She explains that her sister is hell-bent on her not getting kicked out. Gwen asks why she wants to leave so eagerly because she was hoping to be friends with her, but we get a flashback to Jesse and Lauren younger and now. Obviously something happened, maybe someone got into a relationship and maybe someone liked the other, or maybe a friendship that was super deep and someone took them from them. Something happened, and Emma shrugs off the idea of friends, but Gwen isn't backing down. The following morning, Emma is with Gwen, but Lauren says she has a seat for Emma, which is really surprising since she got like two-pieced in her head. Literally, a whole food fight breaks out because Emma decides not to. Later on, after a food fight, Jesse runs and pushes Emma, confronting her and saying she vouched for her. And Emma says sarcastically that that's a lot and goes into how she's changed and become so popular. Jesse says she needs to drop the high and mighty attitude and that not everyone gets along. Lauren has been wanting to be a camp counselor, but because of obvious nepotism, she's gonna have a hard chance getting it. But Emma says that that's not a reason to bully someone. Jesse's like, they're my best friends, and that she can't waltz in creating drama because of her mom. She gagged Emma really bad because she dropped the act, but was like, who are you? But Jesse says she's the same self-righteous victim in her letters. Emma balls her fist and says, since you're standing up for Lauren, that says more about you, and says that they're done, and walks away. I think she could have came harder than that. Me personally, I would have been like, oh, you should stop letting the lice in your hair control you, and you're the one acting self-righteous and a bully. You're selfish, like, you know? Emma's pretty much getting into turmoil with everyone and can't seem to get herself kicked out of Camp Kikiwaka. I'm waiting for her to realize that you have a love interest right there. You should act accordingly as such and focus. I think she's doing the right thing protecting Gwen. It's definitely like a contributing factor to getting into Vivian's, like, you know, good graces, if she cares. Does Vivian seem interested back? Can Emma stop the bullying on Gwen? Will Emma's mom croak? Many of my questions. What do you think will happen to her? Find out, check out the series, make sure to leave a like, share the video, and subscribe. Only if you want to, no pressure.